guys, so we're in a slightly different spot today. It's really noisy in my house right now, so this is kind of like the quietest spot. But I just wanted to talk really briefly, hopefully briefly, probably not, knowing me, y'all know me, about why I decided to do a meet, because I'm sure there's people that have some questions. And also kind of why I kept quiet about it. I didn't really talk on social media about like, oh, I'm doing a meet in X amount of weeks, blah, 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 blah. So I guess I'll talk about why I kept it quiet first, because it kind of feeds into why I did it. I really wanted to make sure that I was doing this, you know, just like with bodybuilding, I do bodybuilding for me and for no one else. I wanted to make sure that with this meet that I was doing it for me and for no one else. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, my motivations were purely intrinsic, and that I wasn't letting, you know, what social media says is in dictate what I do, because that's not how I operate at all. Like I said, I do things for me, and I wanted to make sure throughout the entirety of it that I was doing this for me and for no one else. And also I really didn't want, you know, every single CrossFit coach in the country coming on my training videos and being like, no, this is what you should be doing. So I just wanted to avoid that. And also, if you guys watched my donuts and deadlifts takeover vlogs from when I was in New York a couple months ago, there was that little clip at the end, or if you've seen it on Instagram, where Chrissy asked me, what's it like being the only aesthetic-based athlete on the team? So everyone else on the donuts and deadlifts team is a strength-based athlete, whether they're, you know, powerlifters or CrossFitters or weightlifters or whatever. Everyone else is a strength-based athlete where they actually, you know, execute some kind of movement on a platform as their form of competition. Whereas my competition, being a bodybuilder, it's about being on stage. And yes, you train and you are an athlete, but your sport is based on how you look, not what you do, when it comes to being on stage. So I'm not primarily a weightlifter or a powerlifter or a CrossFitter. I'm a bodybuilder. That is who I am. That is what I love. That's my passion. So I didn't want to put the pressure on myself, in terms of social media, of living up to my teammates' numbers. You know, you look at people like Kristen, who is an amazing weightlifter, and she's been doing it for a long time. And her numbers are significantly higher than mine, you know, and that's her primary sport. So I know how easy it is to fall victim to the game of comparison. And so I kind of just kept quiet about it because, again, I wanted this to be for me, and I didn't want to be playing the comparison game of, oh, this person's numbers are so much higher than mine. Like, meh, meh, meh. I didn't want to get down on myself because I wasn't as good as someone that's been doing this for a long time. You know, like I said, I'm always going to primarily be a bodybuilder, and I want what I'm doing to first and foremost benefit bodybuilding and me as a competitive bodybuilder. So my training focus isn't weightlifting or powerlifting or CrossFit, it's bodybuilding. So, kind of a segue, why I decided to do a weightlifting meet when my primary sport is bodybuilding. First of all, I wanted to do it for fun. Like, for those of you who follow me and you've been following me for a while, you know that my training is very mixed. I do elements of weightlifting and powerlifting and bodybuilding and, you know, sprinting and all this, that, and the other thing. My training is a big hybrid of a bunch of different fitness elements. So to do this meet, I didn't really have to change my training style. Hardly at all. So yeah, this is how I train anyway. So I did this for fun. It's also really cool to share the experience with Eric, but aside of it being for me and, you know, it's how I train anyway, I want to show people that fitness is not black and white. It's not one-dimensional. You don't have to just be one thing. And, you know, bodybuilders can learn from weightlifters, and weightlifters can learn from powerlifters, and powerlifters can learn from bodybuilders, and blah, 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 blah. There's elements of every single aspect of training that every sport can benefit from. I mean, if you listen to Arnold talk about how they trained back in the day, they used elements of Olympic weightlifting, and that's Arnold. But there's something that each sport can learn from other sports, you know? It's not powerlifters only do powerlifting stuff, or weightlifters only do weightlifting stuff, or bodybuilders only do bodybuilding stuff. No, there's something to be learned from everything, you know? One thing that I absolutely love is I absolutely love to learn. I love to experience different things. I love to try new things. And I love to figure out what works best for me by doing those things. You know, like, you're never gonna know if something works for you if you don't try it. But in terms of learning from other sports, I don't know if this is just because of who I, you know, follow on social media these days, or like if this is how people think, but there's this large and, in my opinion, really stupid debate about, you know, who is and isn't an athlete. Some people are like, no, bodybuilders aren't athletes, blah, 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 because you don't actually do anything, you know, strength related on stage or whatever. And I'm really tired of hearing that, you know. My passion is bodybuilding, but I train like a bodybuilder, a weightlifter, and a powerlifter, and a sprinter, and all these different things. So who's to say that, you know, I'm not an athlete? But that's not, like, I'm not here to debate whether or not someone thinks I'm an athlete. What I'm here to do, like, I want to be a positive influence on everyone. And that's why I share so much of my, like, fitness journey and all that stuff with the internet, which is kind of weird, but it's cool. I want people to stop worrying about what other people, why am I getting, like, teary over this? You see this? It absolutely is not up to anyone else to tell you what you are or what you're not. And along the same vein, it's not up to you to tell anyone else what they are or what they're not, because they're not you and you're not them. So you really, you can't tell someone who they are or who they're not because you don't know. I think people need to stop, we all need to stop worrying about what other people are thinking and what they have to say about how you train, or what your competitive outlet is, or if you don't have a competitive outlet and you just want to train, there's nothing wrong with that. You just need to train how you want to train and how you need to train in order to reach your goals. It's not about what Joe over there says you need to do. It's not about that. Fitness isn't black and white, and it never will be. You know, I did not by any means, I had no podium finish, you know, and I knew that going in. I knew I wasn't going to have, you know, even close to the largest total of the girls in my weight class. I knew that going in. Ooh, I have a little, hello. I knew that going in. Like, that wasn't my goal. My goal was to put up a total, go 6 for 6, have a total of at least 100 kilos, if not above, and I hit all of those goals. You know, I was 5 pounds off of my snatch max, around 5 pounds off of my snatch max, and like a pound and a half off of my clean and jerk max. So I was really, really happy with the day. Now, some people would say, you know, oh, you're not strong because, you know, there's people that are a lot stronger than you, or, you know, there's people on your same team that are a lot stronger than you. And that really doesn't matter to me. Like I said, my primary sport is bodybuilding, and nobody's gonna ask me how much I lift when I'm up on stage, but I still enjoy weightlifting. That's the thing, is I enjoy it, so I did it. And it doesn't matter if someone thinks that I'm not strong enough, and it shouldn't matter to you. And I think that they're just like when people obsess about, you know, oh, who's the leanest, who's the leanest, who's the strongest, who can pick up the most weight, who has the most shredded six-pack, blah, 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 blah. None of that matters, you know? We keep trying to tell people, oh, you're not enough, oh, you're not enough, oh, you're not enough because you don't have this, or you don't look like this, or you don't pick up this weight, and blah, 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 blah. There's people that can do more than you. There's people that are more than you. And I don't like that. Fitness is supposed to be, and this is why I got into fitness, fitness is supposed to be positive. Fitness is supposed to be uplifting. Fitness is supposed to be an encouraging environment. And I don't know if it's just like what I've seen on social media recently, or if this is how it's becoming, but I feel like a lot of people are starting to treat it less positively. How the hell are we going to make a positive impact on people's lives through fitness if we're constantly trying to tell people that, you know, you're not enough? You won't. I get emails all the time from girls that are like, I'm scared to step into the weight room because it's all men, or it's all people that are stronger than me, or it's all people that look better than me, and all this stuff. And why would we discourage people to make a positive change? That's not my fitness. That's not how I see fitness. That's not how I want fitness to be. That's not the fitness that I want to portray. So, like I said, I did this meet for me to have fun, because I genuinely enjoy weightlifting, and I like, you know, having something to train for since I'm not doing a bodybuilding show for a little bit. And I just want to show people that, you know, you don't have to be the strongest or the fastest or the leanest or whatever to try something, because you're never going to know what's going to happen if you're too scared to try. This is what Nick has coined the term for, like, our I guess our team, our partnership, our working together. If you're scared, go to church, which basically just means, what do you have to be afraid of? Yes, there were people on the platform that were a lot stronger than me, but I had an amazing experience. Like, it was great. It was fun. I got to share it with one of the people that I love the most, aka Eric, and I just got to try something different. And I think that's something that everyone can benefit from, is getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that are, you know, out of the norm for you. And just not only being positive and uplifting towards others, but being positive and uplifting towards yourself. Like, I was extremely, like I said, I didn't have the biggest total all, but I was extremely proud for, you know, putting up a total, hitting 6 out of 6 of my lifts, getting straight whites. Like, I was proud. And no, it's not the same for me as bodybuilding. Like I said, bodybuilding is my main passion. And I think that's how it's always going to be. But it was fun. Fitness should be fun. That's how it should be. And bodybuilding is fun. Don't get me wrong. Bodybuilding is one of the most amazing things for me. And it's one of the most fun things for me. But this was fun too. Like, I didn't take home a trophy. I didn't qualify for anything. I just did it. And it was fun. And so I encourage all of you to stop worrying about what someone else tries to tell you that you are or you're not. Stop trying to tell other people what they are or they're not, and just accept the fact that you are enough as you are. You are strong, you are beautiful, you are wonderful, and you are capable of doing amazing things. And just never be afraid to, don't be afraid to start. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid. Because fear exists nowhere but in your mind. So I have ranted adequately for this video. I'm going to try and cut it down to, it's going on like 15 minutes right now. I'm going to try and cut it down to something a little bit more concise. But yeah, do what you love, do what makes you happy, do what you have fun doing, and don't worry about what anybody else has to say about it. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please make sure you like my videos if you like them, because the thumbs up, it tells me, you know, hey, this is something that people liked seeing, make more stuff like this. Also, just a quick thing, if you are going to the Phoenix Europa this weekend, I will be there at the PE Science booth, so make sure you come and say hi to me and give me hugs and take pictures. And yeah, it's gonna be a super fun time, and I hope to see some of you there. Just let me know in the comments if you're gonna be there, bring your friends, all that stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my channel. You're really positive and encouraging, and I love you all even though I don't know you. So yeah, you guys are rock. You guys are rock. You guys rock, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!